Hello, my name is Karen, and I'm going to answer some questions about learning Turkish. So, first question is learning Turkish difficult? I think that any language that you can learn is difficult, but of course, it depends on the languages that you already speak. So, as a person who already speaks English, Spanish, and Portuguese, a little bit of French, there are certain sounds in Turkish that I already made by learning other languages. So, I feel like the sounds were easy to manipulate. But what I found difficult was the grammar. And that's mostly the cases, like the dative case and the locative case. That was something I've only learned when I took one course of Latin. So it was a little bit difficult, but I think because I loved the sound of the language, it was something that was easy to overcome. The next question is, how should you start? Well, the reason I started learning Turkish is because I absolutely love Turkish TV, Turkish dramas, Turkish movies. I found that the actors felt more genuine than Hollywood. And I also really liked that in Turkish TV, it's not common to have scenes where a man and a woman is doing sexual things, which I actually really appreciate. So I really like that about Turkish TV. So I think starting by watching some Turkish TV, learning about the culture. Of course, it's still glamorized because it is still TV. So be careful with that. But I think that you can learn a little bit about their culture, like how they greet each other, or how certain people will greet an older person by kissing the hand and putting it to their head. So little things like that you can only learn through learning about the culture, which you can do from watching Turkish TV. The third question is, what are effective ways to learn Turkish? So when I first started learning Turkish, I was mostly just following some Turkish Instagram influencers. So I started learning phrases and a little bit more vocabulary. And I really like some Instagram pages that have in their stories, they'll ask you, like, what is this word? And then you get to guess like ABC. So little things like that I felt helped me acquire vocabulary. And it's nice to feel like you're not the only one trying to learn something. So I felt like I was in a club of people because you could see so many followers and commenters and stuff like that. So I think that was an effective way to start learning Turkish. The fourth question is, what should you do to learn Turkish? So I think that really helped me was I started getting tutoring sessions for Turkish. My first tutor, I had two tutors, and my first tutor was really off of a textbook, which was really useful as well, especially as a language teacher myself. Like, just learning grammar was a good way to lay a foundation for continuing to learn Turkish. And then I got my Turkish tutor, who really focused on more daily conversations, and he was really topic based, and also we discussed my personal needs. So I did some private lessons, and I also did some group lessons, and I liked the group lessons, but because of my schedule being so busy, it was easier for me to do one-on-one sessions, and they were a little bit more personalized, but the group sessions were also really good. And the last question is, what shouldn't you do when learning Turkish? So one is, don't give up because it is hard. But I think that just like anything, if you continue to push and practice, you can become really good at something. So I spent about a year doing weekly lessons. I would say probably 5-6 months with one tutor and about 4 or 5 months with the other. And I was able to get my A1 in Turkish. So I think if you keep working hard, it is possible. And it wasn't easy, but it's really nice now. If I ever do watch Turkish TV, I can understand a lot of the daily sayings, like how they're greeting each other, a lot of the basic vocab, the numbers, and that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend that you continue working towards your goal if that goal is to speak Turkish. Thank you.